All right, so here we are, Shnerdcast, episode 32, the quarantine episode. Yep, that's right. Out here, stuck in the room, you know, dealing with this crazy global crisis that we're all going through. It's pretty crazy. Was supposed to have Dan and supposed to come through, but all this stuff just happening in the last couple of days, and people telling people to stay home, take it serious. Stores are closing, all this crazy stuff. It's like what it kind of gets you scared in a little way, but I think we'll make it through. We're good. We're good. We're smart people. At least most of us are trying to be smart, and just trying to stay inside, not go out too much, and you don't you just want to be careful. Try not to touch your face, especially after going outside and interacting with everybody. And yeah, it's crazy. I went to Costco this last weekend. I don't know if anybody's been in a Costco, but when you go into Costco, it's a huge warehouse, and the line's usually right next to the entrance, like the where you walk in, you see like to the at least my Costco, there's like the paint area right there, so you just walk in the paint. Usually, like how all stores are, like the paint areas right there. The line went all the way around the warehouse, and I'm talking all the way around, all the way back to the front of the freaking the store. I swear it was crazy. And even by my girlfriend's house, because her Costco is like next to a Walmart. So just imagine how crazy that was. And she said there was down the street, couldn't even get in because of just the line. People just trying to go. They're panicking. They're buying toilet paper. Why toilet paper? What's up with toilet paper? What's the commodity with toilet paper? You know what I'm saying? What has toilet paper ever done for anybody besides keep your ass clean? Which is a good thing, but I mean, they shut down stores and you want toilet paper? I'll think like waters or like canned foods or, you know what I'm talking about? Like toilet paper? The cleaning supplies make sense everywhere you go. They're all gone. And if you try to shop for them online, apparently, depending on where you live, they're really expensive. So if you haven't done anything, go do it now. Do it now. Get your stuff out of the way. And if you're not taking it serious, take it a little serious, I mean, it's not gonna. This virus isn't gonna affect you if it's like, I don't know. So if I remember correctly, you have to be a diabetic, have asthma or like breathing problems, and cardiac problems, so the heart, and you have to be elderly, which I'm guessing is like 60 plus. So, um, yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on out there. If anybody's actually 60 years old and watching this, can you comment down below and say something? Because I would love to, that'd be pretty dope. But yeah, keep away from loved ones. Especially if you're feeling sick, you don't want to be spreading this disease. This is very, very contagious. And the only reason it's scaring people is because how contagious it is. You know what I mean? You could probably get away with like being in a room with somebody who has a flu for a little bit. But if you're in a room with somebody with this, you're likely gonna get it. And yeah, I know it's all those stuff like the flu kills more people, and there's more like deaths from other stuff that we should be worrying about. But this is brand new, but we just don't want to make it worse. It's, I mean, people are dying, that's for sure. But and I'm not saying like I've been stuck in my room all day. Like I haven't been doing anything. I went to go to my girlfriend's house the other day. We just kicked it at her house pretty much. Went to get like some Taco Bell and some food, and went to go help her buy some groceries. So it's not like and there's people out, there's still people out, and there's still people who have to go to work and do their jobs. So there's still people out there. It was just crazy though, because when I came home today, it was not that many people on the streets. But there's a lot of people at the store still. So there's people still out there shopping, and they do still have some things in there. So if you want to, only things you're probably not going to get is like Purell hand sanitizer, all that stuff, cleaning supplies. Most of those, like, Clorox, all those cleaning supplies, those basic cleaning supplies, they're either not there or they're already out. Those are something I have to wake up at like 5 o'clock in the morning just to hopefully, get a chance to see something. But, yeah, you don't, just be cautious, wash your hands, don't touch your face, don't go out to the bars or anything, maybe hang out with a friend or two. but don't do anything too crazy. It's just kind of the smart thing to do, especially since apparently Tom Hanks has it. A couple basketball players. And that's what's scary too. They shut down the NBA, and then all this crazy stuff. The NBA and all sports, but yeah, that's what makes it kind of scary. And then a lot of stores are shutting down too. A lot of places only have drive-throughs, at least from my area. I don't know how crazy it is over in other places, but you know, it's it's getting pretty serious. And I guess the U.S. might go into a lockdown soon. So yeah, but keep your heads up. Don't watch the news constantly because that's just gonna tear you down, make you mentally exhausted and scared and frightened, and you know. Some of us will get it, some of us will be fine, and sadly, some of us won't. That's the scary part is people don't know, but we're gonna have to get through this together as not just as like a civilization, but as people and as humanity. Like this is something we have to we'll get through it. If you look at history, there's been plagues that decimated us, but this is 2020, guys. We have oh my god, way more than what we had from the Black Plague. What was the Spanish flu, which was pretty crazy. That was like just at the kind of at the start of when medical treatment and science started to like kind of increase. That was like when it started tipping up. Um, but yeah, I think somebody was talking about the SARS that happened not too long ago. I don't know. I don't know anything about it, but yeah, we will survive this, people. As long as people aren't dropping left and right in your neighborhood or you know what I mean, at the stores or wherever you are, we'll be okay. We'll survive this. Just stay away from your elders. Um, if you're feeling sick, stay home. Don't go to work. If you're still going to work, don't go to work. I know I sound like a broken record, and you probably have heard this from people who are way more, qualified to talk about this than I am. But it's good to spread basic information. And it's scary. And it's nice to talk about it, just to talk about it and not listen to the news where it's like, oh, everybody's gonna die. Oh my god, this is happening. Oh, these people over here. Oh my god, oh, it's in your neighborhood now. Because there's a person in my neighborhood, not my neighborhood, but my city. He got it, and he's like really sick and in the hospital. I was like, what the hell? And it scared me because like I just went grocery shopping not too long ago here, and was wondering like. I was like, crap, like, I could have came in contact with him. It's a possibility. But then when I looked into it, not saying that when I looked into it, it turned out he was a type 1 diabetic. And that's one of the things the news doesn't tell you, really. These people who are dying from it are the people who have weak immune systems, At least as of now. And I'm sure there's some cases, it was like some statistic out of all the deaths. It was like 0.03 or 2% of people from the range of like 18 to like 50 or like 48 or something like that. So yeah, like just relax, stay indoors, wash your hands. Even if you've been inside all day, haven't done anything, just wash them. To use the bathroom, just even after like walking around. Not gonna lie though, my hands are hella dry because I've been washing them so much, and a lot of hand sanitizer. I got actually pretty lucky too because my girlfriend works at, I should be name dropping, but she works at a place where they sell a lot of candles. Let's say that my girlfriend works at a place where they sell a lot of candles, and they had this sale. It was like December, so around Christmas, and they had the sale, and bought like bag of like hand sanitizer, like 10 of them for like $6. They had a deal. It was like you buy like 3 and it's like $2, something like that. I was like, screw it. It's because she wanted a couple and I wanted a couple, and so I was like, whatever, just add more onto it, right? And funny enough, I put them away, and I was like, I was just trying to look for them for the longest time. I actually think when I gave one to Cameron, I don't know if he still has that or not, but yeah, I was looking for the longest time, and then all this stuff started happening. And I looked for them the other day, and I found them, and so I just have a bunch. I tried to give them to my mom and everybody, but they're like, no, just keep it to yourself for right now, and just save it. And I was like, yeah, that's smart. So I have one on me at all times now. Just gotta be careful. Came back from Disneyland too. That's what scared my family. literally the day before it closed. So the NBA shut down, and we were leaving that day when it was shutting down, but coming back from Disneyland. And like the next day or two, they're like, "Yep, it's closed. Yep, we're closing down too." And we're like, "Whoa!" We got lucky too because we spent a lot of money because we flew there. We usually drive, but yeah, that would have sucked. And then even if we did go fly out there, it's like, what are we gonna do? Everybody's in quarantine. We're just gonna chill in the hotel the whole time, and even then, that'd be scary because you're in a hotel filled with possibly other people who have it. So yeah, just repeating myself. Just be cautious. Be weary of who and where you're hanging out, and really wouldn't recommend going out. I mean, even if you don't know anybody or haven't seen anything, and that doesn't mean it's not happening. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Mm. Don't also believe. Don't fall into that hype wave. You know what I mean? Don't let it take over your life and your thinking and your all that stuff. Because that happened to me for like a day and a half, and I was like, I gotta just because it comes to the point where you just control your own thing. Just wash your hands, do whatever you can. If you get it, you get it. You can't control it. It's just one of those things you can't. It's like driving down the street. You can do everything perfect, and then the guy next to you just bam. You know, it's just one of those things. You just can't control it. You can be sitting in your house, all of a sudden, guy flying the plane. Oh crap! Messing up freaking turbulence or whatever. Fucking, it's not the right flighting things. Just boom, right into your house. You just happen to be sitting there. Or you just walk outside and you just get bit by a freaking rabid squirrel. Like it's out of your control. This is one of those things that you just can't control. But you can control keeping indoors, staying to yourself. Trying not to be around too many people, two big groups at a time. Like um actually, I could kind of walk into this right now since E3. Yeah, like all the places were E3 was canceled, and that was like, whoa, that was another like, whoa, you know what I mean? That was one of those things where just like you didn't see it coming. Like the NBA when they shut down, it was like, what the hell? But then E3, and that sucks for us because at least because I like to report on like a lot of the current gaming and movie like entertainment kind of stuff coming up. Be crazy, but you know what? We're not panicking too hard though because there are setting dates. They're thinking about continuing the NBA. They're talking about bringing back E3 later on in the next few months. Around it'll be back like earliest June, like the second, third week of June. So like mid June, I guess. Yeah. Um, it's just crazy because I don't know if anybody's seen the Xbox and PS4, PS5. I mean, they've been showing off kind of their things because they can't show it off at a gaming event. And one of the things I'm wondering if this turns out to be successful, and they have to also keep in mind everybody is home right now, so everything like TV and entertainment, like they're probably skyrocketing right now. Like all the streaming services, they're probably making money. Cause, but going on, kind of attaching this to what I'm saying, I wonder if Xbox and PlayStation will kind of use this for future, maybe doing their own kind of like how Bethesda, they all kind of do their own. Some companies do their own. They show off on their own platform, so they show things on their own platform. And I think I heard people saying Microsoft and Xbox was kind of bringing in certain individuals, YouTubers, like good, like like highly revered reviewers, I guess if that's even a thing, which I'm pretty sure. And I've seen some videos of people talking about the PS5, the specs, and the Xbox Series X, I guess what they're calling it. I don't know. It went from the Scarlet to like the Xbox 4 to all this crazy stuff. But I guess it's from what I hear, it's the Xbox Series S, and it's not supposed to come out until what is it? Like later this year, if everything goes right and we're all not dead. Just kidding. But it is supposed to come out later on this um the, like Christmas season when they start um showing what they're gonna drop for these next gen consoles. It makes me kind of think though, like, are these gonna be worth it? day one release. I know there's gonna be crowds of people who want to buy the first system and do all this. You know what I mean? They want to be the first ones to play it, grab the new games, grab the new hype and all that stuff. But like, we all know how these things go. They drop a system, it's going good, everything's fine, and then like a year later they come out with a slim and it has more attachments. It has all this, you know what I mean? It's a lot better. Um, that's one of the things. Apparently they're supposed to be super silent, which when I first bought my Xbox One, which now it's pretty crazy. I probably have to take it apart and clean it. But it was pretty quiet, especially compared to my Xbox 360, and I had the later generations of my 360 of the 360, so it was like the last 360s they sold before they started making Xbox Ones. So it was a good 360. It was just still pretty loud. I'm looking at it right now, and it's probably like, you son of a bitch. But another thing I wanted to try to bring up is are they going to be backwards compatible, and how backwards compatible? You know what I mean? Like, are they going to be able to be like for the PlayStation, or are you going to? I know they're probably going to do the PlayStation Store where they would try to resell you these old games that you've paid already full price for once or twice for the original and the remaster. But is there any way it could just possibly have a PS1 game or an Xbox original game, put it into these new consoles, and it just runs it? Like, is it too hard for them to build an emulator? And I could be like out of my realm right here because I'm not too sure about how to build an emulator and then put it onto a Xbox. But they put it onto a console. But they pretty much did that. They did that in doing that, right, with the Xbox and PlayStation. Because I remember not too long ago, that's how they made all the other games backwards compatible. They had to build the emulator engine, I guess. The emulator. I'm sorry, I'm probably butchering this. They had to build the emulator, and code it onto the Xbox and make sure that they could read the proper games. And it took them a while because they're like, eventually we'll put everything on there and you'll be able to play old games and stuff. I don't know how many people actually kept their old Xbox 360 games besides like hardcore collectors. Because I probably have like 30 Xbox 360 games, and that's probably a lot to some people, and it's probably a little to some people also. But I've some of them that can play actually. Funny enough, I put Silent Hill Homecoming. I don't know if anybody played that game in my 360 or my Xbox One, and it worked. So we'll see with PlayStation and what they do. That's one thing I kind of feel like they've been kind of greedy with, is the backwards compatible. Like, come on, we already paid full price and everything. You know, and there are people who will do the argument like, well, if you want them to stay, if you want them to stay, if you want to keep on selling and keep on making money and keep on making new games, you're gonna have to pay some stuff for some stuff. Nah. We paid full price already. We gave you our money. Throw us a bone. You know what I mean? Throw us a bone. Be nice. Let us play some games for free. Let us play the games that we already bought for free. Don't make us rebuy them. But yeah, for these next gen consoles, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be it's exciting to see what comes out and how much better these will be. I'm I'm trying to see if they're gonna take like a really huge leap when it comes to gaming technology. I'm excited though. I'm excited what games are gonna be coming up for it too. I don't think I've looked into any of the games that they're possibly gonna drop or be day one releases. I think we actually looked into it once, but that was last E3, so they might have changed it up a bit. One of the things I also did want to bring up, because I didn't really talk about it last time, was the new Dragon Ball FighterZ update. They did good with this one, man. This one is a really, really good DLC update. I really, not the DLC update. I do like the update with the selectable assist. They made it so where it's every character is more playable with every character. So and apparently the tier list got rearranged a little bit too. I guess base Vegeta is like now like super tier or something like that. And Krillin is like pretty up there too now, which is crazy. Just because their assists, like it's hard to like judge a character now because they all got different assists. And it's just if you ever make a fighting game 3-on-3 like that, like Marvel's Cap, make selectable assists. Make sure everybody gets to play everybody and no character gets left out or anything. I still am not happy about that DLC though. No new stages. I think there's like maybe like a new soundtrack or something, but who cares about that? And I just hate how they're releasing another Goku. Goku. Ultra Instinct Goku. You get brought up a lot. Ultra Instinct Goku. What's so special about Ultra Instinct Goku? Like, I never understood that. And then he turns silver, which for people who don't know, Toriyama always wanted to end Dragon Ball with an old Goku and turning Super Saiyan and having silver hair, or like old hair. So when I saw him turn Ultra Instinct with the silver hair, I was like, okay, that makes sense, Like it's kind of like him fulfilling what he wanted to do in a different way, He still got to do what he wanted to do, but I can guarantee you that's not how he wanted to end Dragon Ball. If you would have told him 20 years ago, 30 probably years ago, how do you want to end Dragon Ball compared to now? No, he's probably just throwing stuff in there, just to throw stuff in there, But man, this new Super though, the manga's really pretty good. The new villain. I don't want to spoil anything for anybody who hasn't read the manga, but I think the new anime actually is supposed to come out pretty soon. I think either in after like around like around spring or summer, so it's pretty soon. So definitely check that out. But give us more stages, please. Or another Namekian or two Namekians, so I could have a Namekian team. You got Majin team, you got Human team, you got Saiyan team, Super Saiyan team, fucking Goku team, Vegeta team, Villain team, Purple people team. You know what I mean? Like literally bald people team. Like there's literally every kind of team besides Namekian team. Just hear me out. Alright? That's all. Think about it. Anybody who plays the game and they're like, we don't need any more of those Namekians. They're different characters. We just want more Gokus, or we don't need that like stages. Or just think about it. Wouldn't it be nice to, have a Namekian team, or maybe to fight on the Lookout, or in Snake Way, or in Hell? You know what I mean? Space, or I guess there's a space stage. Something. One of the things I did want to talk about though is the Mortal Kombat. This DLC, I usually shit on DLCs like fucking, because we've been talking about it for a while. Because Shang Tsung or whatever that came out like almost a year. No, I think that was one of the earliest announcement, like almost a year ago, like 8 months ago or something like that. But then they came out with banger, like fucking they had the Joker, the Terminator, which come on, how can you not go wrong with the Terminator? And now they got Spawn. Fucking Spawn. That makes me want to play Mortal Kombat 11, honestly. Which, by the way, if that doesn't win Game of the Year this year, then I don't know. There's no fighting games coming out this year, so what's going to win Fighting Game of the Year? Can anybody answer me that? Maybe. But Mortal Kombat 11, this one, these DLCs with Spawn. If you don't know who Spawn is, fucking... that's how I feel right now. I just want to slap you in the face. But I won't, because I'm nice. But I will give you a really, really look like you're stupid. Like, how do you not know who the hell Spawn is? Spawn's probably one of the most dopest, fucking craziest dudes, and I don't even know that much about him. But I just remember playing his games, watching the movie, and seeing some of the TV series when I was younger. And this is back when you can get away with watching stuff with your siblings because it was a cartoon. And it was violent, but it was a cartoon, so parents didn't give a fuck back then. But, yeah, so if you don't know who Spawn is, he's pretty much I'm gonna try to say this without butchering it, because I told you guys I don't know much about it, but Spawn is a fucking dope ass character. So he's this dude who, like, basic family man, you know what I mean? Something happens, he dies in like a tragic way or something. So he, family man, he dies, ends up meeting somebody. I think it's Satan, or he talks to somebody, and he's like chosen to be like a like a worker, like a hell angel, kind of like a worker of Satan. Like he goes around punishing. He's supposed to go around punishing and killing people, or like killing like bad people, or something like that. And he makes a deal with the devil, so he kind of remembers who he is and what's going on and everything. And he meets this little fucking like fat clown dude that's like a super demon. And he's at first he's kind of like fucking with him, you know what I mean? He's kind of just like seeing. It looks like he kind of like seeing what he can get away with Spawn, because this Spawn's a newbie and everything. But yeah, he's like kind of like a Daredevil or Deadpool. Like he uses guns and fucking weapons and shit, but I don't think he can recover like Deadpool. Like I don't think he might be immortal, or he die, he just goes to hell and come back, but I'm not too sure. Okay, so Spawn can die, but you have to like do some crazy Wolverine stuff where you like cut his head off and take it like 2 miles away from his body or some shit. You know what I mean? And the dude I was talking about, the crazy clown dude, his name is the Violator. So that dude is like pretty much the guy who's always fucking with his nemesis, which is dope because they had a little cutscene where he has his head on a spike. He's like, brrr. And what's cool about Mortal Kombat is they have unique dialogue between all characters. And that's one thing I'll fault DBZ. They have unique dialogue with just like everybody has unique dialogue with everybody, but there's still like a good chunk where it's just that generic, oh, I'm gonna beat you. You know what I mean? Like they don't have any unique talking, like unique dialogue between each other. With MK though, Mortal Kombat 11, they everybody, pretty much everybody, and some people even have even special dialogue. Like what? That's fucking sick. I think that's fucking dope. Um, yeah, this Mortal Kombat gets it right. I don't know. I don't know how this game hasn't blown up. Just probably because it's been around for a while, and the last Mortal Kombat probably was a little underwhelming, or just like people got tired of it, just because you can only do so many crazy fatalities. You know what I mean? Like before people were just like whatever. Because just when people, I would think people usually try to play that game for like oops, for the fatalities or something like that. You know? Oh yeah, there's a lot of people that are probably gonna show up, but I'm really hope they put in. I think what's his name, Ash from the Evil Dead. That'd be a really good one for him to be in it. That'd be fucking dope. I really wish Tekken didn't get Negan, because he would be perfect for this game. Like, imagine if you had the head smash in this game. Oh my god, if Negan had the fucking bat and was smashing motherfucking heads, just pulp. Hey, Mortal Kombat, if you could somehow make that happen, make it happen now. Oh shit, that'd be so sick. I can only imagine all the moves you'd have. It's a bat with spikes on the end of it. Like, that's more realistic than all these other. All those people have like flying drones with fucking machine guns and fucking superhuman roundhouse kicks and shit. Fucking people walking around with the fucking shattered head, skull, or whatever. They're still beating people up, but I would love to see like a fatality where he's just like, boom, boom, no excuses, boom, just beating the crap out of somebody. It's like, ah, missed opportunity so bad, big missed opportunity. But hey, you never know. I mean, maybe they could sell. They should be able to sell the license to somebody else, right? Like they can't just. I don't know. Mortal Kombat missed out on Negan though, but I mean, if I had to choose between Negan and Ash from The Walking Dead, if I had to choose between Negan from The Walking Dead and Ash from The Evil Dead, I'm choosing Ash. I'm sorry, every day of the week. Dude has a chainsaw hand and a boomstick with infinite ammo. You can never go wrong with fucking that. Which, by the way, if you've never seen Evil Dead, check it out. Um, I would recommend watching the second movie and then Army of Darkness, and then watching the Netflix stuff that's on Netflix. The first one was more of like a, I think that was what he wanted to like the movie to be. But I think as time went on, he was like, okay, let me redo this and turn it into a series because he's a great actor. Bruce Campbell, that dude, so dope. Great at one, underrated, that's for sure. Maybe overrated. I don't know. I just I love that fool so much. Bruce Campbell's probably one of the best, funniest actors out there. Uh, I just wanted to say one thing about the Bruce Campbell thing. Me and my homie Keith, he's been in one of the episodes. Me and him used to get super fucking stoned, and we watch Bruce Campbell movies, or we just watch movies in general. But one of them was a Bruce Campbell movie called Bubba Hotep, and I wish he was here right now, but fucking me and that fool got, we're like, what the fuck? Like that's Bruce Campbell, and it's really about Elvis still being alive. And somebody else was, it was like a black guy who said he was JF Kennedy or something like that, reincarnated, or like took like they're sharing the same body, or like some person who was murdered or something like that. But it was so funny, and it's just if you can ever see it, I need to rewatch it because I barely remember it. I just remember it was pretty good for at the time. Like this was like what, it was definitely pre 2010, so it was between like 2000. No. Oh my god, that's what they're doing. They're like looking for an Egyptian mummy. It sounds stupid, but it's one of those things you have to kind of like high quality B movies, and you have to like Bruce Campbell in order to like this movie. If you don't like any of those, then don't watch it because you'll probably be mad. But hey, you're quarantined, right? We're all quarantined. Check it out. You got 2 hours to spare to watch that movie. Come on now. So, since might not, I want to try to record these like every couple of times, but since it might not be as much as before, like, I want to talk about next month's games that are going to come out. So, April. Got a few of them. One of the bigger ones that I'm sure everybody is excited for is Resident Evil 3. This one is gonna be big. It might be just a little bit bigger than Resident Evil 2 just because of all the newbies and all the new people that are coming on to this the old, like, that are jumping onto the Resident Evil franchise, especially now they're rebooting it. But yeah, this one looks fucking dope. Looks like they're really mastered this engine that they're using. It looks beautiful, which I want to buy a new TV. I need to buy a new 4K TV. I need, because my old one got busted, and I'm probably gonna go to Costco and just buy one. Just bite the bullet and wait in a big ass line. They're probably so cheap right now because nobody's trying to buy no electronics and stuff. This actually probably would be the good time to buy a TV. I think I might go and see. Because last time I saw like a 44-inch for like $200 at Costco, which is pretty good. I mean, I'm not one of those people that needs like a 60-inch TV. Just give me like anything bigger than a 32. I'll be good, you know. But yeah, this Resident Evil game is gonna look oof. And then I love the new Nemesis. He has that little pulsating thing right there. And the stars. I love that so much. I liked it in the Marvel's Capcom 2 when they had Jill and she won. Her little win quote was, "I'm the member of the stars." And I can never. I want to make that my ringtone for like whoever texted me. Can never find a clear edit of that. It's always too muffled. It had the little tron, tron. Like I'm the star. Like you just hear like all the. Or like I'm the member of the stars. You know what I mean? It was never a good clear edit. I'm pretty sure if I look now, I could probably find one, but yeah, bringing back Jill, and you got the Ricardo or Richard, whatever that dude's name is, and I'm hoping they are more because they added that new the achievement, which I'm sure a lot of people, more people found out on Resident Evil 2. If you do Leon's story on any story, and you go into a kendo shop, there's a little note left from Jill, so that lets you know she was there before you guys show up. So that's at least before you go through the sewers, I think. Yeah, something like that. So she's there like an hour or something. Like it's literally right before you guys go through there. I never really got into Resident Evil. I played it a little bit. I played through it. Never beat it. It was a great game though. I really liked it. It was just hard as a kid. Coming back to it, I played it. It was one of those things you play it, you get far, you don't play it, and then you come back to it. You know what I mean? Like a couple months later, you're like, where the hell was I? I don't know. But yeah, I never beat it. I've seen playthroughs of it, of course, and I'm just really excited for this one though. Which, by the way, the demo, the 3rd of April, Resident Evil 3. Make sure to check that out. Does anybody still play Fallout 76? Is that still a thing that people are still playing? I mean, apparently it has to be since they're releasing DLC for it called The Wastelanders. I actually heard about this like a month ago, and yeah, this is one of those things. They're adding to it. I mean, I think it's going to be like one of those games where it just comes out. It's just release date just pissed a lot of people off, pissed off a lot of fans, and then like a year later, everything's good, everything's cheeky, but damage is already done. You know, what was that one called with the you go into outer space? You know, what's funny is all I had to search was a space travel game that lied. I was talking about No Man's Sky. Yeah, so this is one of the ones where I was like, it's like No Man's Sky. Like now, No Man's Sky is hella dope. It's way better than it was on a release date. So much more content than the vanilla version. But it's just like a year after, like people are like, "Oh, this game's way better." Like, why are people complaining? It's because people paid money to reserve it, and then when they got it, and that's not how 76 was, but 76 was kind of like a slap. You pretty much paid full price for like an alpha version of the game, you know. It's like they could have took this way further with it, but they kind of didn't. So this Final Fantasy remake is just gonna be for PlayStation, which why? You had the last Final Fantasy 15, both consoles, and then you have Kingdom Hearts that was only on PlayStation, both consoles. So what are they trying to do? Why are they always messing with us console players? I hate stupid exclusives. We don't need exclusives. I was thinking maybe it'd just be on PC also, but nope. PS4 exclusive. That might change. They might change it after like a few months and or like a year or something, but yeah, I wasn't feeling that. That comes out on the 10th, so don't forget to check that out because this is one of those games a lot of people have been waiting for. So I really hope I hope this doesn't disappoint. um, and one that people I feel like are sleeping on and don't even know it's coming out is Predator Hunting Grounds. This one looks sick. This one has been flying under the radar for a long time. We talked about it. I think I'm gonna have to look back and see what episode it was, but we talked about it and nobody's talking about it. Nobody's saying anything. But this should be a good Predator game that Predator fans have been wanting for a while. I know Josh, he's a huge Predator fan. He knows a lot about the lore and all that stuff. He would love this game. I really want to check it out. I don't think it's gonna be super popular on release date. It might be like a little janky and stuff. It's gonna be like it looks like you either can play as a Predator or the humans. I'm not too. So yeah, this game is gonna be pretty much like the Friday the 13th game, but I still think people should check it out because it's gonna be dope to run around as the Predator And who knows? Maybe you have a little special cameo with Arnold in there. That's supposed to be the original, right? But yeah, these games are gonna be pretty dope. Check them out. You know what I mean? There's a lot more games coming out, and I have a feeling a lot of us are gonna have a lot of time sitting around doing nothing, just waiting for this virus to pass. And unless the power goes out and becomes apocalyptic, I think we're gonna be able to play a lot of games in the next in the next month or so, people. So they're supposed to have Black Widow come out in May. Bert, you know what happened? They pulled that shit. Disney knew what the fuck they were doing. Disney was trying to fucking make sure they actually have views, and they don't want to make sure that flop actually flops. So this actually might be a good thing for Marvel. You know what I mean? I don't think a lot of people is gonna go see that. But once the flu and pandemic and all that stuff, if around this time it gets lifted in late May, around June, people are gonna want to get out there, want to go places, they want to see movies, they want to kids are want to get away from their parents and their little brothers and everybody, big brothers, all that stuff. They want to hang out with their friends. So that's actually pretty smart of Disney to do. Now that I think about it, that's kind of genius. I forgot to bring up earlier was Sony is trying to buy the rights to some of the Konami's big titles like Metal Gear, Silent Hill, and Castlevania. Sony. Trying to become a powerhouse right now. Especially if they have stakes in Castlevania and on Netflix and all that stuff. I don't. If they did give up the rights with anything, if Konami did give up the rights to any of those things, it might be Metal Gear. I'm not too sure though. I'm not. These are just rumors. Like, could they possibly? They're apparently like these are the rumors going out there, so they might be negotiating. They might just be like, it might have been one day one thing, and they're like, yeah, whatever, fuck it, no, like screw you guys. But as of what I've heard the past couple of days, Sony's been looking to buy those franchises. I doubt they'll let go of Castlevania just because of how popular it's been on Netflix, and they could release another game easily, just like a Metroidvania type of game. But I don't think they'll let go. They won't let go of. Did I say let go of Castlevania? I don't see them let go of Castlevania. That's what I meant to say. They'll make could not make another Metroidvania type game, something including these new characters that they could kind of milk it. Silent Hill is another one. They might be waiting for somebody to come along to have the balls to be like, he'll be like, I'll take on the rights to Silent Hill and just kind of like do his own vision, what he thinks is correct, or hopefully try to build off what the other people were doing. Metal Gear, on the other hand, though, they dropped the ball so bad with that one. I don't think it's recover. Like, you can't recover from what they did last time. And they went from like, so the first two Metal Gears, even the third one, were pretty dope. Metal Gear 4, I think that's when you're hella old with the sword. I think that was that. I never played that one. And then Metal Gear 5 was the last one Kojima made. And apparently a lot of people don't think it was that great either, but that's out of all the series, that's the only one I see them moving away from, just because that was the only flop they have. Because they could still probably make some movies with, and maybe a couple other stuff with Silent Hill. Maybe they'll make another game, or they'll just keep it pachinko games or whatever they do. Castlevania, they're not, no. Especially with all the money they probably just made with the new series the new season that just dropped, which was dope, by the way. Um, yeah, that and Metal Gear is the only one I could see them possibly letting go. Maybe they'll like try again, and if that fails, they'll be like, okay, take it from our hands. We don't need this anymore. But yeah. Well, I did want to end it off, but I did want to talk about one thing. This Castlevania. I just finished watching it, even though it came out beginning of this month. Oof. Such a good show, man. Oh, That's one of the few animes I'm really like so into. I wish there was more because there's only like 10, 11 episodes or something like that. But Castlevania, man, it's a good one to get into, especially if you haven't watched it. You have like what, I don't know, like maybe like 30, 25 episodes to get into. So, and they're only 20 minutes long, like 20, 25 minutes. I think the longest one is like 38 minutes. So yeah, get into it, watch it. It's not gonna hurt, especially now that everybody has a bunch of time in the world. But yeah. So this has been episode 32, the quarantine episode. Only man here to help me is Mega Dude, Mega Man, helping me out here. You know what I mean? He's my he's been my rock. You know what I mean? He's been holding it down. He always just hitting up people with his Buster gun. But yeah, you guys stay clean, and we live in the future now. So if you want to talk to people, we got FaceTime. We got all this crazy stuff to be there without being there. So keep washing those hands. Don't touch the face. Stay away from people, especially sick people. And if you're sick, you want to stay away from them too. So yeah, just stay inside for the next couple weeks, especially if you're not working. Just stay home. Make sure you have enough supplies to last you for the next month or so, and just be smart and be safe out there. You know what I mean? You guys, we're gonna get this together. Things will be fine, and I'll see you guys next time. All right, Shnerdcast out. Shnerd.